3 men entered a lighthouse. None of them came back. When rescuers arrived days later, the door was closed. The beds were made. 1 chair was overturned, and 1 raincoat was missing. December 1900. The North Atlantic was quiet. Too quiet. Far from the Scottish mainland, on a jagged island called Eilean Mòr, a lighthouse stood against the wind. Its beam was meant to protect ships from the merciless cliffs below. Inside were 3 men: James Ducat, Thomas Marshall, Donald MacArthur, experienced lighthouse keepers, men who knew the sea, men who feared nothing. But something happened that winter, because on the night of December 15th, the light went out. Days later, a passing ship noticed the darkness. No signal, no response. On December 26th, a relief vessel arrived. The crew expected a routine handover. Instead, they found silence. The flag was not raised. The supply boxes were untouched. When a man climbed the 160 stone steps to the lighthouse door, he knocked. No answer. He opened it. Inside, everything was strangely normal. The beds were made. The kitchen table sat as if someone had just stood up. But 1 chair had fallen over. 1 set of oilskin rain gear was missing. The clock had stopped, and the 3 men were gone. They searched the island. They checked the cliffs. They called their names into the wind. Nothing answered back. No footprints, no bodies, no signs of a struggle. Just the sound of waves smashing against rock. But the most disturbing discovery was inside the lighthouse logbook. Entries from days earlier described a violent storm. 1 keeper wrote that the winds were the worst he had ever seen in 20 years. Another entry mentioned that one of the men had been crying. Donald MacArthur was known as a tough, hardened man, a former seaman, not someone easily shaken. So what could have terrified them? There was only one problem. Weather reports from that week showed no storm. The sea had been relatively calm. So what were they witnessing? The official explanation claimed a rogue wave. Investigators believed 2 men had gone outside to secure equipment. During rough seas, a massive wave may have crashed over the cliffs. The 3rd man, seeing his colleagues in danger, rushed out to help. All 3 were swept into the Atlantic, gone in seconds. But there are questions that still don't sit right. Why would all 3 leave the lighthouse unattended? That broke strict safety rules. Why was 1 man without his coat? Why did the logbook describe a storm that records say never happened? And why was there no sign of chaos inside? Some believe panic set in. Others believe a fight broke out. A darker theory suggests something unexplainable. For decades, locals whispered about strange lights in the sky, about sea creatures, about the island being cursed long before the lighthouse was built. But speculation doesn't solve mystery. The truth is far simpler and far more terrifying. 3 men walked out into the unknown, and the ocean kept its secret. No bodies were ever recovered. No final message was found. The lighthouse still stands today. Wine still howls across Eilean Mòr. And sometimes, when storms roll in, people say the island feels watched. More than a century later, the question remains: what could make 3 experienced men abandon safety, step into darkness, and vanish without a trace? Some mysteries don't leave clues. They leave silence. Some mysteries are never solved. They're only remembered. If you're drawn to the stories history can't explain, subscribe to History Beyond Books, because the next mystery is already waiting.